we go. Tied at 10, not anymore. This time, Ratified is down. Here in double O2. We'll go ahead again inside. Tampa Bay Gators are going to crash hole 19.
Time is happening. In the title of the since 2000.
Welcome, folks, to the March 30th edition of CDL Live. No D-League scores to run through because there were no D-League games today. So that being said, last game day of March, and no team has a day off in the pros at least. And that being said, we should be up for a great game day here. In my personal opinion, it should be a great game day. Leading off this set of matchups that we got for you today, the Nashville Nighthawks on the road to take on the Buffalo Warriors. Should be an excellent game. Miku the Crash Cat, obviously, in the house right now, and she's got to be up for this game day as well, or else she's just up for attention. One of the two. Anyhow, but that'll be the first game coming up, and then we have the Portland Panthers on the road against the Puerto Rico Playas, who've been starting to show some signs of life lately. Puerto Rico 6-8-0-1 as a matter of fact coming into this game day, so maybe they can put something together. Keep in mind they are on a 5-game winning streak. They started 1-8-0-1, if memory serves right. So definitely been playing very well as of late. But Portland, a very tough team, 7-3-2-4. So, but that we get into later, and then also the main event of our game day today: Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. Should be an epic battle, and quite frankly, could end up being Crash Bowl 20 for all we know. The way these teams are playing right now, well, at least those two. So that being said, folks, let's get down to the field for the first game here. Nashville Nighthawks, Buffalo Warriors, only on CDL Live. To the field we go here to start off this March 30th edition of CDL Live with an event that is really worthy of main event stuff here. But two excellent teams going head-to-head to start things off. As a matter of fact, one of them, the leaders of their conference, the visiting Nashville Nighthawks. They are the current leaders of the Western Conference, first place over there, second place overall in the league. Coming to this game day with a record of 12 wins, 2 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. The Buffalo Warriors entering this game day, they sit 5th place, or my mistake, 6th place in the Eastern Conference. 10 wins, 5 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. 31 points in total, tied for the 5th place spot with the Gowanda Outlaws, who we are going to see in our main event when they go head-to-head with the Chicago Wind Attack. So yeah, some big-time games today on this cross-conference game day, the last game day here in the month of March. So let's get down to it. But first, the lineups for both sides. Nashville Nighthawks, Buffalo Warriors. It's Orangeville leading the way for the Nashville Nighthawks, and it will be Inferno out there first for the Buffalo Warriors. Solid defense versus a good smash mouth heavyweight here to start off this game. And Inferno's down, Orangeville on top of things defensively. 5-0 Nighthawks on top. That brings out Tyrell for the Warriors. A good offensive car. He might be able to get some chances. He did there, but Orangeville staying up. And you know what, folks? You can see that now. It's on screen. Different format thing. But nonetheless, Tyrell down. And the score, 10-0 now. Nashville in the lead. Looking to put it away is Orangeville. Looking for that perfect game day. 3-0 game day. And out there to meet him is what from the Buffalo side. They need him to step up today. Good move by both cars. Able to hang in there and stay with it. time around again, both cars able to stay up. Good defensive battle on tap right here, and I shouldn't say on tap. It's pouring out of the tap right now. Another good move. And Orange Chabelle's been doing these end over ends here in this matchup here, and my goodness, yet again able to break dance his way back up, and that time surviving just as well. So Orange Chabelle on fire, and this time what has taken him down? So the Buffalo Warriors right back in this game. It's a 10-5 matchup. So Nashville still in the lead, still has the chance to get the win, and there would be no fear out there trying to get it done. Orange Chabelle setting this up. He had a pretty good record today, 2-1. It's no fear. Try to get a grip on him here. He battles with what? And this time, what is down? And good clean roll there. And no fear. Man, let me tell you, he is an offensive card that has stepped up this season. Getting the job done when he has to there. Only a 1-0 day, but that's all he had to do. Take down what? And he did just that. Nashville Nighthawks getting the win. Final score 15-5. They remain first place in the Western Conference. Coming to this game day, 4 points ahead of the Blades. They wind that to 7 for now. Of course, the Blades going to be playing a little bit later on the road against the Miami Mafia. As a matter of fact, it's going to be the first game on the highlight reel that you are going to see very soon. So LA heavily favored in that matchup too. I should just add that. But nonetheless, 15-5 here. Nashville Nighthawks getting the win over the Buffalo Warriors. So Nashville goes to 13-2-0-2, puts them to 41 points, currently tied with the Philadelphia Demons. The Demons, of course, they'll be playing in a little bit home against the Indianapolis Reapers. They'll have their chance to recapture first place in the league. So that being said, taking a look ahead for both teams. Nashville Nighthawks, their next game, it's going to be on that April 1st game day, and they will find themselves home against the Houston Oilers, who came into this game day leading the Southern Division. Whether they will still be leading it at the end of it, that's up in the air. As for the Buffalo Warriors, who kind of been struggling a little bit as of late, tough divisional matchup coming up for them. They'll be home yet again, but taking on the Boston Vandals. As a matter of fact, that Houston-Nashville matchup, that's going to be the main event of our April 1st edition of CDL Live. So add that little bit in there. So you will get to see the Nighthawks perform yet again. They performed beautifully here today. 15-5 with the win. They get over Buffalo. So now, time to get moving on to the highlight reels. Well, folks, the Nashville Nighthawks find a way to get the win, and pretty impressively, 15-5 over Buffalo, whose struggles, well, needless to say, kind of sort of somewhat continue. I mean, just to think, they started the season at 8-0, now they are 10-6-0-1. So things kind of starting to somewhat fall apart for Buffalo, unless you just want to call it a little bad slump. That being said, a lot of other action going around across the CDL, and we're going to go on ahead and show you the highlights of it here. Let's get a look at some of this other action that's going on, and then we'll be on to our mid-feature, Portland and Puerto Rico, but highlights first. We start off the highlight reel with this game between the Los Angeles Blades and the Miami Mafia. Far Future and Neon leading the way, and Neon is down. Far Future getting the flip, and that would bring out Buzzsaw. 5-0 Blades in the lead, but then we would be in for one heck of a matchup between these two cars. Both of them good defensively, and Buzzsaw on point today, as you're going to be seeing here, and eventually getting the flip on Far Future. So 5-5, game tied up. Pink Indy Jr. now out there for the Blades and battling out with Buzzsaw, who, as I said, is on his A game today. Both cars going in, and eventually right there would be the flip that would give Miami the lead, looking for the upset. Buzzsaw going for the 3-0 day against Greelina. Greelina coming out and ready to do his thing here, trying to make sure that the Blades don't take a third straight loss. And that would be the case if they lost today, but Greelina coming through in the clutch there, keeping him in the game, now out there against Aquashbel, and you will not enjoy this, but it was over quickly. I guess that's the way you could put that one. Now he takes on Monkey, looking to put the game away, and just a couple of collisions in with Monkey, takes Monkey down, and the Blades have the win. 3-0 day for Greelina. Like all good teams, finding a way to win. The back-to-back world champs getting that win right here. like I said, 3-0 day for Greelina. The Blades getting the win 15-10 over the Miami Mafia. So we move on, Nevada Thunder and the Atlanta Avengers, and it was White Indy and them Pizza Rolls leading off this game, and White Indy would get a flip, 5-0 Nevada in the lead, and that would bring out 40 for Atlanta. Battling it out here, and very close there. It was about to be a double flip, but under review here, as we get a look, yes, there is an interference. So, both cars still up, still a 5-0 game, but this time White Indy is down. So, game tied at 5. Yellow Spider would come out to face off with 40 and take him out right away, which brings out Clown for Atlanta. So Clown has been doing pretty decent as of late out there against Yellow Spider, and Yellow Spider, too much for him to handle. 15-5 would be the final of this one. The Nevada Thunder getting the win over the Atlanta Avengers. And we move on along with the highlight reel. Indianapolis Reapers, Philadelphia Demons. Pink Indy leading the way for the Demons here today out there against Gold Z28, and a good matchup would ensue between these two. Nice battle, good defense being played by both sides as you see them go at it here. Unbelievable stuff between the two, but eventually Gold Z28 would be taken down right there. So, moving on along, Blue Indy coming out for the Indianapolis Reapers, and we will watch these two battle it out. And good battle, good fight put up by Blue Indy, but in the end, it is going to be Tanoe Battle, and he'll be taken down right here. So down 10-0, it brought out Phoenix for the Indianapolis Reapers. Their rookie going up against the longtime veteran Pink Indy, and gets the flip against Pink Indy. So all of a sudden, Reapers in this game. Silver Molina now out there combating with Phoenix, trying to get the win. And tell you what, pretty good battle between the two, but Silver Molina taken down by Phoenix. So tied at 10, Phoenix against Green Demon. Two rookies that have both done pretty darn well this season, going head to head here. Good matchup between the two, but Green Demon getting the flip, and that would bring out Dark Knight, who, well, didn't make any impact at all. Green Demon going 2-0 today, getting the quick flip to avoid overtime. 15-10 the final score. Demons getting the win over the Reapers. Continuing the highlight reel, Seattle Lumberjacks and the Jacksonville Bangums, and Mantis would be off to a hot start in this game, taking on Zap from the Jacksonville side, and pretty much immediately taking Zap down. That would bring out Testarossa, and Testarossa going to be taken down just as quickly. 10-0 game, but Black Spectite giving Jacksonville a little bit of hope, and all of a sudden, 3 collisions, 3 flips, it's a 10-5 game. But now looking to put the game away is Darkwing, and he does so. So, yeah, if you blink right there, you miss that entire game, basically. But 15-5 win for the Seattle Lumberjacks. Big win for them against the Bangums. Point set match. Mantis, Darkwing, perfect teamwork right there. Getting the Lumberjacks the victory. Moving on along, Phoenix Firebirds, Detroit Devils going head-to-head, and it was Green Arrow leading the way for the Phoenix Firebirds today and doing well at it. But putting up a pretty decent fight was Cloud Cutter, the rookie from the Detroit side, but he would be taken down right here. So, 5-0 Phoenix in the lead, and that would bring out Black Dragon, and as you see, he gets set down just as quick. Maybe actually a little quicker. So, Padawan out for Detroit, trying to keep him in the game, and he will be able to do so at a cost. A little bit of damage done, some of that front end tape of his coming a little loose. So the Detroit Devils calling a timeout. They're down 10-5. They get Padawan all patched up, fixed up. He's ready to come back out and take on Mika. But Mika's ready to take on him too, as you are about to see. Able to get the flip right there, and with that, the win. 15-5 the final score. The Phoenix Firebirds getting the victory here today, defeating the Detroit Devils. So we move on along with the matchup between the Denver Mustangs and the Hartford Homies. As we can see here, Redemption and Purple Custo both taking each other out of the game. It's a 5-5 game, and that would bring out 46 Jr. and Teardrop would end up getting the flip there on 46 Jr. So moving on along, Indy 5 now out there in a good battle between these two, Indy 5 and Teardrop. Putting on a good show in Teardrop, some great defensive moves. We see him in slow-mo here, able to barrel roll his way back up and continue the fight. Game continuing, and this time Teardrop would be down. So now that brings out Red Detta. Game tied at 10, and Red Detta would be taken down by Indy 5, who is on a roll, going for the win here. Of course, Blue 512 trying to force overtime, and just a few collisions into their battle right here. Blue 512 taken down. 3-0 day for Indy 5. We will show his pitcher at the end. The Hartford Homies getting the win. 15-10 the final score. So carrying on with the cross-conference game day, San Jose Storm, Carolina Wildcats, and you'll get to see Wasp making one heck of a move right here. And yes, we will see that in slow motion. Wasp, my goodness. What it was that? That was a breakdance of some sort. I mean, put him in a music video, folks, whatever you want to do, but in the end, he does get taken down. Dragon Jr. getting the flip, and the score 5-0 brings out Charizard, who also makes defense look pretty here. Yes, we will see that in slow motion for you. Yeah, mama, put him in a K-pop video and deep fry me a Twinkie. Keeping the Storm alive here, so to speak, and putting up a good fight, but in the end, taken down. He's off screen and down there. So Dragon Jr. off to a great start. He's 2-0 to start this game day, despite facing some relentless defense, and it would continue here as you see 48 hours. Yes, the front three of the San Jose Storm all making an amazing move to stay up, but the previous two went down. Can 48 hours change that? Yes, he can. Takes down Dragon Jr., so the Storm in the game, but they wouldn't remain in the game. That was Mellow 51 getting the game-winning flip right there. The Carolina Wildcats, despite facing great defensive moves from the San Jose Storm, well, yeah, you can make the game look pretty, but you could also just win. Carolina philosophy. Good win for the Wildcats. 15-5, the final score. Moving on along, the Minnesota Maniacs and the New York Empire, and it was Challenge making a good impact in this game in the early going out there against Diablo 2 with the Minnesota Maniacs. Some good collisions going on between the two, but in the end, it is Diablo 2 getting taken down, so a 5-0 game, and then right after that, both Red Racer and Challenge down, so a 10-5 game, and Enzo 1 getting taken down right away, though, by Black Spinebuster. Yes, game moving along quickly. Now Black Spinebuster out there against Black Bullet 2. The game tied at 10. Minnesota trying to go for the upset, of course, against the favored New York Empire, and a good battle between these two, but in the end, Black Spinebuster able to get the flip on the franchise. Black Bullet 2, it's 15-10. So now Diesel Boy trying to force overtime for the Empire, but to no avail, gets taken down. What else can be said? 2-0 day for Black Spinebuster. Actually, my mistake, 3-0 day for Black Spinebuster. Getting the job done without a single doubt. Good win for the Minnesota Maniacs, 15-10 the final. And the game to conclude our first highlight reel here. New Mexico Monsters and the Green Bay Dragons. Inquisitor and Futurama going at it. Some good collisions between the two, but in the end, Futurama would be taken down. So that brings out X-Wing to take on Inquisitor, and Inquisitor is down. X-Wing getting the good flip there, and we would move on. Shell out there for the Green Bay Dragons. Some good collisions between the two, but in the end, Shell is the car getting the flip and giving Green Bay back the lead, but Synchro quickly able to tie it up at 10. So Toy Soldier out there, and just a couple of collisions in, getting the flip on Synchro. So all of a sudden, 15-10 the score. Toy Soldier now looking to put the game away. Governor 2 out there for New Mexico, trying to force overtime. And these two would put on one heck of a show, as you are going to see. And yes, our mascot going nuts here in the studio as we see some great acrobatics by these two cars. And in the end, it's going to be Governor 2 going down. Final score, 15-10. Toy Soldier going 2-0, getting the job done. The Green Bay Dragons getting the win. Alright, with the highlights wrapped up right there, we now move on into our mid-feature, and what is really interesting about it, it's not just that Portland's played well this season and Puerto Rico is maybe just starting to turn things on. It's the fact that there are two cars, one on each team here, that used to play for the other squad. So Who of the Portland Panthers actually helped lead the Puerto Rico Playas to Crash Bowl 18 just 2 years back. Now, Who finds himself with the Portland Panthers. And Solar Reflex, former Portland Panther, now playing on the Puerto Rico Playas. And lately, it's been looking like Portland got the better end of this deal. Solar Reflex been really rough for him as of late. He hasn't gone exactly to what Alex Johnson and the Puerto Rico Playas were expecting. That being said, we'll see if he can have any part in turn that around here in this game day. Definitely should be some motivation when you play your old team, but needless to say, let's get down to the field. Panthers, Playas. And we now move to the mid-feature event down on the field for it. The Portland Panthers on the road to take on the Puerto Rico Playas, who from the Portland Panthers, former Puerto Rico Playa back in 2014, helped lead them to Crash Bowl 18, as a matter of fact. So the trade was made. Alex Johnson trading away Who to get Solar Reflex from the Portland side, and now both cars going head-to-head against each other on opposite sides of the field to where they've been for years. So, well, I can't say years and years, but for quite some time. Needless to say, Portland and Puerto Rico. Portland comes into this game day with a record of 7 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties, and 4 overtime losses. Overall, that puts them at 29 points on the season. And with San Jose taking a tough loss today, the Portland Panthers have the chance with the win here to move up into the 6th seed and possibly even tie San Francisco up for the 5th seed, pending a Shinobi's loss. Granted that. But keep in mind, Portland with several teams biting at the heels. Phoenix getting a big win today, as well as Nevada getting a big win today. That puts them ahead in points over Portland. As a matter of fact, Phoenix and Nevada have both moved ahead of San Jose now. So, yeah, so basically, no need for the Panthers really to do it, but nonetheless, just saying how they came into the game day, but really under fire are the Panthers and the Storm and all these teams kind of, 5th seed, 6th seed, so on. They are really under fire by these teams with 28 points. And so far, teams in this game day with 28 points that came into this game day, they're 2-0 so far. Phoenix and Nevada both getting wins. And keep in mind, Roswell and New Orleans are still yet to play. So a big game for the Portland Panthers as they try to hang on to a playoff spot, basically. The Puerto Rico Playas, they've been starting to step up. They started the season 1-8-0-1, while now today, here they are coming into this game day at 6-8-0-1. So, not too shabby, able to get 5 straight wins. So, the Puerto Rico Playas with a 6-8-0-1 record come to this game day 16th place in the Eastern Conference. And with the win, looking to move up a little bit more. 19 points on the season, which by all rights, only 2 games out of a playoff spot. So Puerto Rico, the pressure's on, and so far, as of late, they've been finding ways to win. So, dangerous team, indeed, for Portland to have to face. That being said, Portland Panthers, Puerto Rico Playas. It's our mid-feature event here on this March 30th edition of CDL Live. Let's get a look at the lineups. First 2 cars out on the field, both teams thinking offense first here. It is going to be Purple Fighter out there for Portland and Black Star out there for the Playas. Game on, Black Star is down. 5-0 Portland in the lead. That brings out Black Lena for Puerto Rico. And Black Lena able to get the flip and tie things up at 5. So now, that brings out Monty for the Panthers. Long-time Portland Panther right there. He's a smash-mouth heavyweight car. And Black Lena, good defensively, able to get an offensive chance there, but do a barrel roll. Monty was able to stay up. And now Monty on the home side of the field and the interference there. So Blacklina smart enough, able to take back the home side of the field with the interference. And they'll keep going at it here. Monty and Blacklina both battling it out here. Maybe Blacklina really does want that home side of the field. Or maybe Monty wants it. It's a mind game of some sort between cars that are basically made of metal and have no brain. But nonetheless, interference there. Sometimes it seems like they do, no doubt about it. And this time, Blacklina is down, so the lead goes to Portland. The score 10-5. And that will bring out Green Blaze Jr. for the Puerto Rico Playas. So Green Blaze Jr. trying to tie this game up. Monty going for the win and almost had a win there. Both cars backing up, going at it some more here. And interference that time. Green Blaze Jr. keeping the home side of the field because of it, and almost went down yet again. He used to be good defensively here, and yet again he is. And this time they will switch sides. Monty taking the home side of the field here, and both cars down, so at the very least, Green Blaze Jr. keeping his team in the game, and my goodness, here we go. It is Who out there for the Portland Panthers from their captain spot, looking to put the game away. Solar Reflex out there for Puerto Rico, trying to force overtime, playing against their former team, the both of them. And here we go. Solar Reflex and Who, and Solar Reflex is down. Who getting a good flip, and the Portland Panthers have the win over the Puerto Rico Playas. Final score 15-10. So between East and West, since this is a cross-conference game day, I'm going to count out the wins here and see where we're at. 11 games played between East and West so far, and the West has won, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the games. So 7 out of the 11 matchups so far, the West has been simply been the better team. And when you look at the standings, you gotta say, yeah, they are the better conference. But nonetheless, one more main event to go, basically a feature, if you will, the main feature. Chicago Wind Attack on the road against the Gowanda Outlaws. That's going to be the game that's coming up. We're going to take a look at what these two teams got coming up. Puerto Rico taking the first loss in a while. They will be on the road in the next game day to take on the Milwaukee Mob. As for the Portland Panthers, they'll be in store for some divisional action as they look to get back at the San Jose Storm, a team that beat them in overtime not too long ago. Portland home against San Jose on that next game day. As a matter of fact, you saw that game here on CDL Live, that first meeting between the Storm and the Panthers. Well, this one won't be on CDL Live, but nonetheless happens on that April 1st game day. So, but that being said, moving on here, we're going to have more highlights here from some other games. You know, basically the rest of the games that were also going on here on this game day. And then after that, our main event, Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. Only on CDL Live, folks, so stay tuned.
And what do you know? Who comes through? Getting the job done. Panthers getting the win over the Playas, 15-10, and yet again, Alex Johnson and the players, for that matter, just got to sort of hang their heads going, why did we make that trade? Why did we make that trade? But nonetheless, Who and the Panthers successful today. But that being said, only one game that we are going to show in full length left. Of course, you know that. Main event, Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. But first, on to the highlights. We start off the second highlight reel, San Antonio Kings Bradford Brawlers, and it was Gold Dust. He was the car that would be having the big game here on this game day. Getting the quick flip on Sweet 16, now takes on RPG. It's already a 5-0 game, and RPG putting up a bit of a fight, but in the end, it's Gold Dust taking them down. 10-0 the score. Now out there against Moto Blade Jr. And good fight between the two, but didn't last very long. Gold Dust goes 3-0, serves donuts for dinner. The Bradford Brawlers getting the shutout and making it look rather easy. A 3-0 day for Gold Dust. 15-0 Bradford getting the win over San Antonio. And we move on to the matchup between the Idaho Cowboys and the New Jersey Bandits, and it was Pink Lamborghini making the impact early as we see him out here against 42nd. A small little battle between the two that would end in a good flip. Pink Lamborghini getting the 5-0 lead. Now out there against MX Dragster. Only a couple of collisions in here as well. 10-0 So, New Jersey having a good game here, but it is Governor keeping the Cowboys in it. So now, Governor out there against Kid Custom. Kid Custom going for the win here, and he's going to get it. Governor going down, and the just all-out offense by New Jersey today. Yeah, Pink Lamborghini with the Smash Mouth style, setting things up, and followed right up by Kid Custom's aerodynamic style. 15-5 the final. Bandits getting the win over the Cowboys. Moving along with the matchup between the Roswell Aliens and the Milwaukee Mob, and it would be an epic one, and close call here to see who gets what side of the field. So yes, bring out another pit zone, measure it up, and needless to say, the match would go on, and it was a pretty epic matchup to start things off. F1 Racer and Hot Tub Jr. putting on a show, but in the end, as you're going to be seeing soon here, F1 Racer getting taken down 5-0. It would be Milwaukee in the lead. That would bring out Dragonfly, and a decent fight between these two, and Dragonfly really showing some good defense, some good fight, but in the end, not going to have enough to take on Hot Tub Jr., who goes off screen, stays up, doesn't hit nothing, and he starts off the game 2-0, and you're going to see this so close to having a save, but Dragonfly just can't roll his way back up. So a 10-0 game, so Spectite now out there for the Aliens to take on Hot Tub Jr. Takes him down, and then out there against Monty Jr., and real quickly taking him down. Spectite tying the game up at 10 apiece, but now out there against the acrobatic rookie Cartman. Yes, we'll see that again in slow motion. Here's that windup, and you're going to see it. R. Kelly believes Cartman can fly, and Cartman believes he can land well. But in the end, it is going to be to no avail. Cartman going down, Spectite getting the lead for Roswell to score 15-10, and now looking to put the game away, but it's going to be Toyota offering a good fight here. Both cars staying up, the match continuing between these two, and right here, it is going to be going to overtime. Yes, Toyota taking down Spectite, so a 3-1 day for Spectite, and that would pit Police Porsche out there against Toyota in overtime, tied at 15, and it's a pretty good battle between these two, but Police Porsche coming through in the end, getting the job done. Huge comeback win for the Aliens after being down 10-0. They get the win in OT, 20-15, the final score. On to the next one, we move. San Diego Lightning, Tampa Bay Gators, and it was Dirty Snow leading the way for the Lightning here today, doing a good job, taking down Ratified after just a few collisions. 5-0 San Diego, and that would bring out Phantom for the Tampa Bay Gators, but no problem for Dirty Snow getting the job done. It's a 10-0 game, but that would bring out 47 Ronan, the 2015 MVP, and he's getting Tampa Bay right back in the game. So now 7 series out there for San Diego looking for the win, and how good is 47 Ronan? Yes, we'll see that again in slow motion, able to do a barrel roll, stays up and in the fight, and not only that, ties the game up right there, but out against 24 Hours now. A good battle, but in the end, 24 Hours staying up off screen, no interference, getting the flip on 47 Ronan. Now against Battle, makes it look very easy, almost too easy. Final score 15-10. San Diego Lightning getting the win over the Tampa Bay Gators. 2-0 day for 24 Hours, and that's something San Diego's really been needing this season. Moving on, Dallas Lone Stars and the Pittsburgh Destroyers, the 2 expansion franchises from '98, as a matter of fact. 2 first CDL expansion franchise, but Green Blaze taking down Watts up here, as you can see, and it's a 5-0 game. So now, out there against Gray Indy, and yeah, pretty quick right there. Green Blaze making it 10-0, now faces Reptile, and what we see here, a great defensive move by Green Blaze, and yes, we will see that in slow motion, able to stay up, do a barrel roll. I'm going to put him in a K-pop video, but in the end, it's going to be to no avail. Reptile going to be able to get the flip, and now out there against Yellow Custom, and yeah, Yellow Custom, no challenge for the rookie Reptile, who's on a roll now. He's starting the game 2-0, now goes out there against What Jr., and we are about to see a really great move. Yeah, ready for defense? Prepare yourselves, because there it is. What Jr. able to save himself on that go-around. My goodness, yes, do a barrel roll. he's still in the game, but not this time around. As Reptile getting the flip, and all of a sudden he's 3-0 and going for the Captain's Day. Paradox, one of the best 5-point gamers in the league, trying to force overtime, and it is not meant to be here today. After being down 10-0, Reptile, the rookie, leading the comeback for the Lone Stars. They get the win 15-10 over the Pittsburgh Destroyers. Huge win for Dallas. Moving along, Houston Oilers, Cleveland Wolves going at it, and leading the way today for the Wolves would be Aqua Ferrari, getting the early start to things out there against White Ferrari, and after just a couple of collisions, able to get a flip and a 5-0 lead, but now out there against Nickel and Diamond, who put up a tough fight, but in the end, both cars are going to be down, so it's a 10-5 game, and it gives Junk in the Trunk the opportunity to get the win. He's going to get a good one out there against Racer X, who will be trying to tie this game up. So the two cars going at it, good collision there, and good defensive maneuver right there. Get a look at this. Racer X somehow able to stay up through the process of this, and then Junk in the Trunk getting a very good chance right here. A collision, and yes, that is a right away. So on the right away, can he capitalize and get the flip? Trying to maneuver his way to get it, and it's just not going to happen. And Racer X is going to make him pay for it. So we are tied at 10, and that brought out Bully Goat for the Cleveland Wolves. Some good collisions between these two lightweight defensive cars. Good battle between the two, and right here, a good flip by Bully Goat, and looking good while doing it. Yes, we'll see that in slow motion. Please and thank you. Getting the flip, 15-10 Cleveland in the lead. That brought out Hot Wheel Vet, trying to force overtime, and almost did. Bully Goat up to the task, continuing the fight, and it wouldn't be too long before Bully Goat would prevail. That defense getting the job done today for Bully Goat. The Wolves getting the win, 15-10 the final score. Moving on along, folks, don't blink, you might miss this one. St. Louis Twisters, Boston Vandals, and it was Blue Dragon 2 doing what he does. Getting the flip there on Rowdy, 5-0 Boston, and a tie collision there with Mr. Freeze. Had this game at a 10-5 score. Nitro now out there going up against Silver Indy from the St. Louis side, and it was over just like that. Nitro getting the game-winning flip, and like I said, don't blink. 15-5 the final score. The Boston Vandals getting the win over the St. Louis Twisters. And this was one that I actually looked forward to, but wasn't as close as I thought it would be. El Rey leading the way for the Dayton Rebels against the New Orleans Gladiators. It was Menace out there for New Orleans, and he would get taken down right away. El Rey off to the 1-0 start. Now out there against Golden Rat, and Golden Rat down just as quickly, just about. And it's a 10-0 game. So now out there against Tigray, and yes, that quick. El Rey on fire today. Serves donuts for dinner. Final score 15-0. The Dayton Rebels stomping the New Orleans Gladiators. I mean, that was just simply one-sided. Totally shocked that it was that one-sided, but a good game for El Rey going 3-0. Moving on along to our last highlight to go through, the San Francisco Shinobis and the Washington Patriots, and right off the bat, Landlord getting the flip on F3, 5-0 Washington in the lead, and that would bring out Spectite Jr., and a few collisions in here as you're going to see. Spectite Jr. able to get the flip on Landlord. So the score tied at 5, which would bring out Black Phantom for the Patriots side, and a good fight would come into being between Spectite Jr. and Black Phantom. These two would go head-to-head, linking up a couple of different times, actually literally getting stuck at the front bumper there, and just such a great fight. Two competitors going head-to-head there, but in the end, it would be Black Phantom getting the flip on Spectite Jr., making it a 10-5 Washington lead. They are trying to hang on to that lead in the Southeast Division, but Black Bullet 1 trying to help the Shinobis keep up with the Blades. In the Pacific Division, he's able to tie the game up at 10 right there. Now out there against Ratitude, and yeah, you're about to see Black Bullet 1 and why he makes things look pretty, like defense and offense combined. Able to roll his way back up and get the flip. Black Bullet 1 now out there against Red Ferrari Jr. Takes him down. No overtime to be forced in this one. San Francisco Shinobis making the comeback happen, getting the win, 15-10. The final score, a 3-0 day for Black Bullet 1. 2 strong game days in a row for him, if I remember correctly. Well, folks, that does it for all the highlights here on this March 30th game day, and now only one game remains. Only one game that we have to go through here. Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. Chicago 11-4 on the season thus far. Gowanda 10-5, 0-1. Should be one hell of a game between these two, and definitely got to look at Gowanda, how much they've improved, and Chicago still got that same kind of swagger, even though right now they are in quite the battle with the Nashville Nighthawks for that top spot in the Central Division. Sitting 5 points behind, but with Nashville getting a win, kind of crucial for Chicago to get the win here in order to keep the pace. Gowanda trying to keep the pace as well as they are trying to catch up to Philadelphia here in the standings. The Demons really starting to pull away, 13-1, 0-2 coming into this game day, and after today, 14-1, 0-2. Just goes to show how dominant they've been. So even the Gowanda Outlaws with their reasons to want to catch up, and needless to say, you also saw New York taking the loss, so Gowanda actually with the chance to pass them. I'm sure I'm going to get through this in the vid, but yeah, let's get down to the field. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say it on the field. But down to the field we go. Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. And the moment has finally come, folks. Down to the field here for our last game here of the month of March in 2016. The Chicago Wind Attack on the road to battle with the Gowanda Outlaws. It is our main event. 2 solid teams going head-to-head. And I think I had a personal prediction not long ago. Of course, I never filled anyone in on it, but I was actually, as of right now, I'm kind of predicting a Gowanda versus Chicago Crash Bowl. Something about these teams, even though they're not sitting at the top of their conference right now. Gowanda with 31 points on the season with a record of 10 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. So 31 points on the season thus far. It's currently sitting in the 5th seed, but knowing fully well that the New York Empire took a loss today. So Gowanda with a win can move up into the 4th seed spot. And also Buffalo took a loss, so that actually helps Gowanda, who is tied currently with Buffalo at 31 points on that 5th seed spot. Of course, Gowanda got a win over Buffalo, holds the tiebreaker. The Chicago Wind Attack, they are the current 4th seed in the Western Conference, or at least they were until just recently when San Francisco just beat Washington. So San Francisco up to 35 points, 2 points ahead of Chicago. The Wind Attack need a win here to keep the 4th seed in the Western Conference, and plus, you know they want to keep pace with the Nashville Nighthawks, who got a win over Buffalo and moved up to 41 points. Chicago's record, 11 wins and 4 losses, no ties or overtime losses, so 33 points on the season for them, and trying to maintain that 5-point gap that they have going right now with the Nighthawks, who are currently at the top. But keep in mind, too, folks, Chicago did hand Nashville a loss this season. So both these teams, I think, very well capable of getting the job done, no doubt about it. And they both go head-to-head today. A lot of smash-mouth offense on the Gowanda side, and for the Chicago side, their main feature that they have is their defensive qualities. So should be quite the interesting game to see these two go head-to-head. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Chicago Wind Attack, Gowanda Outlaws. Will be Monkey Ball leading the way for the Chicago Wind Attack, and for the Gowanda Outlaws, Lamborghini. 2 cars that have been around the block quite a few times in this league, and Lamborghini has the flip. 5-0 Outlaws in the lead.
And that will bring out R for the Chicago Wind Attack. And R immediately tying this game up at 5. So quick moving main event. 2 collisions, 2 flips, 1 for each side, 5-5 game. And now we got a little defensive battle here. R for the Wind Attack and Sonic Boom out there for the Gowanda Outlaws. And R has a good flip there. 3 collisions and 3 flips, just like that. This game moving along pretty quick. It's a 10-5 game. Chicago now in the lead. And that brings out Hammer from the Gowanda captain spot. R looking for the perfect 3-0 day. Hammer looking to keep the Outlaws in this thing. He's a heavy car. That front end is just solid. I mean, it's been damaged before. That time of interference is going to save R. But nonetheless, that front end has been repaired. As a matter of fact, the chassis has snapped on Hammer before, but after the repairs, a ton of tape and some extra little metal parts to put in there. But in the end, it's not going to help him against R here today. R getting the good flip there, setting Hammer on his side. And you couldn't ask for anything more. A 3-0 day for R. Unbelievable win. And, hey, West played East 21 games today. And the Western Conference teams won out 12 games to 9 against Eastern Conference. And Chicago being the last one. Chicago Wind Attack getting the win 15-5 over the Gowanda Outlaws. A 3-0 day for R here in our main event. Huge win for Chicago. Puts them to 12-4 on the season. They now have 36 points to their credit, so they are keeping up with Nashville the best they can. They are going to hang on to that 4th seed in the Western Conference. As for the Gowanda Outlaws, they take a rough loss today, but all the seeds, 4, 5, and 6 seed, New York, Gowanda, and Buffalo, they all took losses today. So, tough loss for Gowanda to take, knowing the 4th seed was within their grasp. No doubt about it. Take a look to the next game day for both of these teams. And you won't see them actually play in the, well, you'll see them in the highlight reel on the April 1st edition of CDL Live. Excuse me, folks. Sometimes I'm a human. I got a burp. But nonetheless, our next game day that we have, both these teams will be back in action. The Chicago Wind Attack looking to ride the momentum from this win. They will be home against the Phoenix Firebirds, who have been hot as their name suggests. They've been on a roll lately. Chicago home against Phoenix on that April 1st game day. As for the Gowanda Outlaws, they will be in the midst of a divisional matchup, taking on a team that just beat them a couple of game days back. Gowanda home against the Hartford Homies on that April 1st game day. Should be a good Northeast Division showdown between those two teams. So, but that being said, what a game day that we had here today. Some excellent stuff on the April 1st edition of CDL Live. We'll have some entertaining ones. At least I believe they will be entertaining. Tampa Bay Gators on the road against the Green Bay Dragons. We will have a little divisional action. Northeast divisional action, as a matter of fact. New Jersey Bandits home against the Philadelphia Demons. That's going to be our middle feature. And then the main event, the Houston Oilers on the road to take on the Nashville Nighthawks, who first place in the West, Nashville. So Houston will be looking to get back to the top of the Southern Division. They fell out of that today. So Phoenix takes over the lead in the Southern Division, making the owner, Matt Geiser, proud of his boys, of his Firebirds. But nonetheless, a great game day here today. Definitely can't shake a stick at it. Definitely was a fun one. James Hulse here, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League. Thanking you for sticking around with us for our 20th season. Not everyone has been uploaded, but, you know, if you've been watching and sticking with us, thank you for doing so, and it's definitely appreciated. Till next time, folks. Till the April 1st game day. Take care of yourselves, be yourselves, and peace.
I love LA. I love Big Bad. I love